I mean, I don't see how we can't be happy about that.
Decomposing it.
It should. So I immediately, set myself up, to expect a release. Morning, good afternoon, good evening, Raider Nation. It is Tuesday, February 27th, 2024. Exciting day for a lot of reasons. Not so exciting for others, but we won't talk about that. Terps having a fabulous day, no matter how you look at it. So, yeah, first and foremost, I absolutely gotta start the show by giving my baby girl, my daughter, a shout out. Right? Happy birthday to Miss Terrenciana Crump. She turned 18 today. Turf is a parent of a grown up, which sounds pretty strange. 18 years has absolutely flown by, ladies and gentlemen, to say the least. Feels like yesterday, to be honest. She was maybe 4 or 5. You know, Ty was around. I don't even think Bubby was thought of yet, if you will. You all may not know my family, but yeah, not the whole family. I have 3 kids, but yeah, absolutely want to make sure she gets her shout out. 18, it's a big one, of course. Yeah, and if I have not mentioned it, I'm sure I have several times, but yeah, my baby girl is going to University of Minnesota. She's a golden gopher, ladies and gentlemen. We will be signing those papers shortly. I'm excited. Obviously, I'll be posting about that. Yeah, we couldn't be more happy for her, with her, the whole nine. And yeah, absolutely. We are gonna have a fantastic, fantastic time in cold Minnesota for the next 4 or 5 years, however you see it. So yeah, but this show is going to be special because I'm digging in. I'm digging all the way in. And ladies, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I absolutely have found some gems. And those gems, I mean, is for myself, really. Rafa in the building. What's going on, my guy? Appreciate you joining. Yeah, this is you guys have no clue, man. Turf is on cloud 9 right now. The information I divulged from just running through our front office as far as the coaching staff is concerned, I think everyone else will be very happy with my findings, anyways, and how I will go about explaining in major depth a lot of things about coaching, right? Coaching trees. For a lot of people, this is going to be a history lesson. Some of you may not have a clue of who these people are. Other of you are going to absolutely 100% know who I'm talking about when it comes to some of these old timers. But they are a integral part of football in general. I mean, we are talking heavy, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking the la creme of the la creme, the cream of the crop when it comes to coaching. I was very, very fortunate to start my college career. I shouldn't say start, but finish, I should say, my college career at Montana State. I talk about that all the time. As you know, I like to pull my receipts and so forth, just so the people that like to call us couch coaches and all those good references, the people that may have not really played the game, at least to the collegiate level. And I'd like to say a high level as far as collegiate level is concerned, because it was definitely the best division of football as far as the mountain, or no, excuse me, as far as the Big Sky when it came to. Back then, when I was playing, it was called the 1AA Championship Series. Now I believe it's called the FCS. And absolutely, you all know Montana State is usually in it on a regular basis. Back in 2021, I believe I went to the chip where we lost to North Dakota State. I always reference my guy, Josh Perkins. Shout out to the Perkins team. He's got 3 boys at Montana State. One of them is an All American. Yeah, absolutely. Just talented. It's night and day over there in Bozeman as to what it used to be when I was there. But I want y'all to understand something because you're going to hear a theme when it comes to quite a few of these coaches. Clearly, obviously, not all of them, but you're going to hear a theme that I kind of go back to. It's going to start early too because I want to start right off the top, and go down the list accordingly. But you're going to notice a theme. Montana, go figure, right? Wow. And this is why not only do I feel it's important for me to bring this information to you guys, I think it will make a lot of sense to you guys why our team is going to be the way they are, where the toughness comes from as far as AP's style and the type of people he's brought in. I can't tell you enough. When I talk about these heavy hitters from the state of Montana, it's the heavy hitters. And again, it'll be a history lesson for some of you. Others may not have a clue. You might want to go back and read up, but I can assure you, when I start, going down this list, particularly 2 guys in mind, it's just mind blowing to me because this is now part of our coaching staff. It's history moving forward, and I'm just glad to say, hey, a lot of these guys I've crossed paths with in the game of football. Um, I think it's safe to say I absolutely did learn from some of the best to ever do it, if you will, from that respect when it comes to coaching staffs, coaching coaches individually, the whole nine, because I've gotten quite a few when it comes to, my career from California, high school, really. I mean, to really honestly, Pop Warner, right? All the way back when my dad was helping out. From back then all the way up through college. Absolutely. Absolutely. Just been very blessed. I've been very, very fortunate. And this is how it's easy for me to present, this information to you guys when it comes to running down on these coaches. I think you guys will be pleasantly surprised. You'll be happy with what my take is on it, and I think it'll be something to look for during the season, right? And how these guys, respond, and to who's out there really giving them what's necessary in order for us to get out there and compete and win, right? Because that's clearly what's important. Clearly what's important. Uh, First, I want to hit this chat because y'all already coming in thick. I appreciate it. Chat coming in. I hit you already, but El Capitan, what's up, Turf? I appreciate you, man. Salute the chat. Rafa in the building. Absolutely. John Leon, appreciate you for coming through and stopping. You already know it's that. What's cracking, Raider Rundown? Y'all know that's my guy. Y'all know he's part of the Raider Syndicate. Y'all know how we get down. And in fact, he's just dropped a video. He's dropped quite a few videos recently here. Go to his channel. Absolutely check those videos out. Super informative. Just as informative, if not more informative than what I'm about to break down with you guys today. Yeah, this is big. Again, I can't stress enough, and I'll be honest, it's a little bit big, more for me than anybody else, because I get to take a trip down memory lane, which is pretty cool. John Leon. So, what do you think we offer Josh Jacobs, Dino, we're going to use a multi-back system. I think no more than 6 to 7 million a year with incentives to make more. We can touch on this. I definitely don't think we're going to overpay. I think Jacobs understands. We'll touch that. We might not get to that. It depends. I will actually circle back, John Leon, if we have time. Like I say, this is going to be a long one from Turf. I really, really want to break this stuff down for you as far as each individual as best as I can and give y'all an understanding, right? And let me just go through the rest of these real quick. Hey, what's going on, man? Anthony Estrada, shout out in the building. Last but not least, yo, what's good? Salute John Leon. And John Leon is saluting Anthony back. And I really appreciate y'all for joining the show. So, there is one other last thing, right, that we want to discuss. Last few things as far as what we will be discussing, right? So, after I go through the coaching staff, we are going to talk about salary cap guidelines, right? New salary cap, right? New franchise, all that good stuff. We want to run down that. Then we're also going to look at a little bit as far as free agency is concerned, right? Who are the top free agents? Who's already got a franchise tag? Does somebody have one? I think there's one on the list. We'll find out. But yeah, and then last but not least, you know, if we can come up with anything interesting on or off the field, right? You know, Turf likes to start dabbling into current events just to get people's ideas and thoughts on how things are going, right? What's going on in the world. So, we've already got in almost a good 15 minutes. So, without further ado, right? Let's go on ahead and bring up this list. There we go. I went fast. There we go. Right there. Now, hold on. Let me get that message down. Yes. Hopefully everybody can see. You know, it's real easy to talk about the list from the top, right? There's not much to say. Yeah, we're talking head coach, first time, first year, rookie, starting, you know, his first full season, Antonio Pierce. I mean, enough said, right? I want to get through this list here, so I'm absolutely going to make sure that I spend time where people don't really have that much of an idea, if you will. And since I'm looking at the screen, I'm going to give y'all both the views so people can see what I'm looking at here. All right, so yeah, Marvin Lewis, second guy up. Cheers, by the way. Cheers. So yeah, Marvin Lewis. Again, it's another name that speaks for itself. He's absolutely known for excellence. One of the best defenses of all time. Right, he's got a chip, all that good stuff. I mean, enough said, you know, assistant head coach. He's, you know, of the elder generation as Rundown might look at it. You know, so yeah. You know, it's a good even balance, if you ask me, when it comes to bringing the old in with the new. Kind of like what me and Rundown do on the show, Turf and Rundown. On Thursday nights, 9:30, might I add. Yep, shameless plug. And I do have a question about that show. Is it too late? Is it too early? What's going on with that show? Do y'all like Turf and Rundown? Because we love Turf and Rundown. Just want to make sure we're bringing y'all what y'all want. So game management. And to be honest with y'all, some of these positions I've never heard of. I mean, right? I'm going to be the first to admit I've never broken this down. And in fact, shout out to Chris. He thought something was wrong with me going through each and every coach like I had too much time on my hands, which I might, but we'll talk about that at another time. I'm really interested in this stuff because I like to know where these people come from, right? Like I say, Marvin Lewis, Antonio Pierce, not much to talk about there. Matt Sheldon. Matt Sheldon, you know, he's a guy from University of Minnesota. He coached the Bears as a grad student, I want to say, maybe something along those lines. What I loved about bringing him up and bringing this up is obviously what I stated at the very beginning of this, which is my beautiful daughter, Taryn, going to be a Gopher. And again, I can assure you guys, remember that word I used, toughness? You got to be tough to be in Minnesota, right? You absolutely got to be tough. So yeah, understand what I'm talking about when it comes to that. Yeah. That's your Matt Sheldon, game manager. We'll see what that is. I actually will. Maybe that's something that I'll also do as well for the fans, is break down these positions as well, the ones we specifically don't know, kind of like game manager, and really figure out what that position does. So moving on, Luke Getsy, right? I am not gonna bother, right? We've already got mad breakdowns on Luke Getsy. I've had my piece with it. What I will say about him is initially I was not happy, right? We got some clips out there running around that people can throw in my face. It's always easy to take those little clips and not get the full context. So yeah, I put it out there on myself. But yeah, we know more than enough about Luke Getsy. Comes from that cold Green Bay area, prestige team, right? Toughness. Again, we're still going to lead with that. And I mean, he speaks for himself when it comes to who he's dealt with. We got Philbin, right? He's on here somewhere. As far as he's an assistant to, I want to say, the offense, right? Exactly, which is going to help Getsy from that respect. And yeah, I mean, he's filling out everything he needs to fill out nicely. As we go down, you will absolutely see how nicely he's filling out. So yes, that's Luke Getsy at offensive coordinator. So now we have our wide receivers coach, Edgar Bennett. Again, he should be a household name, probably not for everybody, right? He's actually used to be Green Bay's running back, and I'm assuming, right, he's got ties to, you guessed it, our offensive coordinator, Getsy, right? Our best wide receiver in the game, Devontae Adams, right? There's that theme, right? Cold, toughness, bringing people together that make sense, that have an idea of each other, something that has worked in the past, as well as bringing the old in with the new. So again, I can't stress that enough. I mean, I'm seeing a beautiful balance, if you will, when it comes to what's being done here at position coaches, as well as the assistants, right? And trying to build that out accordingly. So I'm happy with that. Like I was saying, Edgar Bennett, he was actually Mike McCarthy promoted Bennett to offensive coordinator back in 2015. I thought that was very, very interesting and key. Again, back in 2015, he promoted him to offensive coordinator. So you're not just getting a wide receivers coach, ladies and gentlemen. This guy was OC level potential. I mean, he was OC, legitimately at Green Bay in 2015. It's 8 years ago. He's our wide receivers coach. Shout out to Edgar Bennett. I don't know what else you could ask for from that respect, right? So now finally we get to my centerpiece, right? Because it becomes a little bit of story time for Turf. I went back and forth. I don't know if I wanted to tell this story too soon, right? I hollered at my boy. Shout out to Mark. He's in the building. Figured, hey, I might as well come clean and tell this story. I know some of my Bobcats are going to be out there. They're going to hear this. But yeah, as you can see, our offensive line coach, his name is James Craig, right? James Craig. He just so happened, or Clegg, excuse me, not Craig, Clegg, Clegg. He just so happened to play at Colorado State, where the great Sonny Lubick was the coach. 15 plus years, right? I mean, record impeccable. The stats are all out there. He is absolutely a heavy hitter, ladies and gentlemen. Sonny Lubick is a heavy hitter, even till this day. Born and raised in Montana, I want to say, Helena, something like that. Not sure, but absolutely it's Montana. I can assure you of that. And what I can tell you guys about Montana football, 100%, is tough. It's probably not what you think. And trust me, I get it. I went to junior college first, so you don't know how many times people ask me what state Montana State is in. I know, ladies and gentlemen. I know. It's sad. Yeah. What state is Montana State in? What school? What state is that school in? I've gotten that more times than you can imagine. So, anyways, long story short, James Clegg, offensive line coach. Might I add, he was an offensive lineman in college as well. That's something that I definitely want to bring up. I do think there are absolute parallels to the opposites of positions. Meaning, right, if you're an offensive line coach, you probably got a lot of say on the defensive line side of things if you would ever, have to move on to the other side, right? And vice versa. If you're on the defensive side, I personally always got along with the guys that actually did it. I enjoy my running backs coach being a running back. It makes a difference to me. Excuse me. Some people, they could care less, I'm sure. Some people, I was a student of the game. I will say that. And I was always searching for answers, searching for education when it came to football in general. So, being a student of the game, I think I wanted to learn from somebody that actually did it themselves. So, James Clegg, offensive line coach, played with 5 monsters. So, back in 1995, my very first year at Montana State. So, again, you're talking different levels, ladies and gentlemen. As I've stated several times, there's levels to this. And coming from junior college to college, unbelievably tough. It's the game. The speed of the game is just amazingly wild, and it's the hardest thing, in my opinion, to figure out, if you will. It's just the hardest thing. But once you do, now things slow down and you start cooking a little bit. But with that being said, me talking about Clegg, they had 5 monsters. They had a defensive back, Greg Myers, who played in the NFL. They had a defensive end, Brady Smith, who literally terrorized me. He played in the NFL. They had a tight end, Joey Porter, who played in the NFL. They had a running back, Damon Washington. And in my eyes, I didn't even think he was the best one they had. And he went to the NFL. They actually had a really, really big name guy from San Diego. We all know about our San Diego running backs. Starting out with Marcus Allen. For me, I mean, there's a plethora, right? Coming out of Lincoln, coming out of everywhere in San Diego. But E.J. Watson, I don't know if y'all remember that name. E.J. Watson from Colorado State. He was on this team as well. And then finally, last but not least, to round it off, Moses Marino. Again, a quarterback that went to the league, ladies and gentlemen. Straight up went to the league. That's what Turf was playing at a 1AA school, right? Now check this out, though. See? My boys wasn't no punk, man. We ain't play, man. This game was supposed to be a drubbing. We were supposed to go home beaten, battered, and bewildered. Just completely out of it. That's just what was supposed to happen, right? That was what was supposed to be. And it didn't turn out that way. They only beat us by 20. I mean, think about that. This is the game where you see the score like 63-6, right? We actually had an unbelievable team in 1995. I'll never forget. We had an offensive lineman named J.C. Murray. He was by far the strongest man that ever walked through the doors at Montana State University, old and new. He was a offensive guard. And when I tell you, oh my God, this was when I realized that, yep, Turf is not going to the league. There's no way Turf can make it. It's just not possible. I see what's going on here. So I bring up, this is actually the game, ladies and gentlemen, that probably ended my career. Hey, this story is bad. It's horrible. It's bad. So it's Colorado State. I just rolled off everybody that was there at this time. You talking All-Americans. Everybody I named probably was an All-American. They all went to the NFL. I'm just telling y'all, this was crazy. And I'm coming from junior college, mind you, coming from Connecticut. So there are so many different levels to this when they say that I'm talking about. I was just not prepared in any way, shape, or form for this. There's no way you can prepare yourself for this. And looking back, your parents always tell you to tell the truth. Tell the truth. I think I don't know. I probably wouldn't have mattered. I had an old hard ass for a coach. He didn't care. I knew he didn't care. It was rough. So I got to tell you, look, I didn't even know it was possible for a grown man to be this size, to be this strong, and to growl, snarl, spit, pull, moan, all at one time, trying to get to you and rip the ball out of your arms. Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell y'all, I was already in fear of my life because these dudes were out just huge to begin with. You got to remember, Turf's only 5'8", 5'9", 205 pounds at this point, right? I'm coming from junior college, so I'm super tiny still. Man, this grown-ass man got to tugging on my arm, spitting and growling. I could see him looking at me. I don't know what to tell y'all. I really felt like the man was going to take my arm off. I thought he was going to take my arm. He was not only going to take the ball and eat it through his face mask, he was going to take my arm with him, and I was going to instantly be going to the hospital to try to get my arm attached. That's what it felt like. The heat, it wasn't even heat. It was just spitting, snarling like a rabid dog. I don't know any other way to explain this to y'all. That Turf was completely just dominated mentally. I I don't know, and I fumbled. Turf fumbled the ball. Turf fumbled the ball. And of course, I trot off the field like I didn't do nothing. And what do you know? Here comes Coach Cliff Heisen. What happened out there? The ball get hit and pump. What happened? Spare us. Oh, yeah. He spared me with his helmet. Nobody spared me with the helmet. Nobody did any of that. Again, tell the truth, ladies and gentlemen. It was a rough. Let me just tell y'all. It was a rough day in film that Monday. It was a rough. So we had to run on Sundays, right? They run to get the soreness out. That's what we did back then. I'm talking 95 to 2000, 98, 2000. Yeah, so, yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything else to say about that. But, yeah, I think that was pretty much the play that ended Turf's career, as far as, actually getting legitimate reps, if you will. Yeah, I had some crazy dude just trying to rip my arm off, and I didn't know how to handle it. I just didn't know how to handle it. So yeah, I lost. Hold on. I lost my screen with the coaches. Let me see. I lost my screen with the coaches. Where's my coaches? Coach. Hold on. Let's do it like this. There we go. There it is. All right. So now we are back. So that's the James Clegg story, if you will, right? Played against him in that 1995 game. He has big ties to Sonny Lubick. Obviously, that was his coach, and I can assure you, if you played for Sonny Lubick, that's one of the best coaches, if not the best coach you ever had in your life. All of his players will tell you that. In fact, that's one of the biggest things about Sonny. He was actually one of the first player coaches. So shout out to Mark Lubick, Sonny Lubick. Yeah, and crew. And while I'm at it, I do have it up here. Yeah, I'm gonna just show. That's Mark Lubick right there. I don't know if y'all remember, Turf was at the Bills game. Yeah, he coaches with the Buffalo Bills, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, Turf knows some people out there, right? Turf knows some folks out there. Yeah, so let's get back to it. All right, we are back. All right, so next person we have up from club, I think, is Mitch Singler. Mitch Singler is the assistant tight ends coach. He's a young guy, right? He graduated college in 2013. That was his senior year playing. I assume he didn't make it to the league, right? So, yeah, he started coaching. What I love about this is Mitch went to Oregon State. And as I said, he graduated back in 2013. Well, it just so happens that in 2013, my offensive lineman coach from Montana State goes to Oregon State and is Mitch Singler's offensive line coach his senior year. So again, I have some ties there. And it's really funny because I actually just got in touch with Coach Jim Holochek. Shout out to Coach Holochek, one of my all-time favorite coaches of all time. His record is impeccable as far as what his students do, if you will, when it comes to that offensive line. And in fact, They just left Oregon State, ladies and gentlemen. So all these offensive linemen that you see that's gonna coming off the board first round from Oregon State, or the ones that have been coming off the board for the past few years, absolutely, that is Jim Milt Mahalichek, 100%, and he's currently right now at Michigan State. So I'm going to be very fortunate to reunite him and my guy Rollo. We heading to Detroit, right? TRS will be there, heading to Detroit for the draft, and Michigan State will just be starting camp, I believe, or finishing, one out of the two. But long story short, I get to see my coach, man, which is pretty cool. I'm excited about that. It's been quite a long time. It's been literally since since Montana. So shout out to Mitch Singler, and again, shout out to my guy, Coach Mahalichek up in Michigan State. I have a feeling they're gonna really make some noise up there. All right, so next person we have on this list, which is Joe Philbin, right? We've already discussed Joe Philbin. No reason to talk much more on him. Everybody should know who he is. If you don't, just go Google him. It's the balance we need with our offensive coordinator being 39 years old. Philbin is going to fit the senior offensive assistant position like a glove. Just like our head coach having Marvin Lewis in his hip pocket right there as the assistant. I mean, you can't ask for anything better, ladies and gentlemen. And now we're on to the next position, which is a position that I did look into because I didn't know what it was. And that is the offensive assistant / quality control, offensive quality control position. That position is being held by DeAndre Pierce himself, right? So, as you all should know, DeAndre Pierce is obviously Antonio Pierce's son. He's earned his stripes on the field. I believe he went to Arizona State as well, right? So, he's got those ties there. He's played with some dogs, some monsters, and obviously his dad was there and was one of the main reasons for a lot of those dogs that got there, as I believe AP was a major scout for Arizona State. So yeah, you have his son, which I have no problem with. Won't understand why anybody would have a problem with his son being in this position. It is a entry-level position, and in fact, any coach that has gotten to a position of any kind has probably come through as that offensive assistant / quality control position, right? So next one is the quarterback's coach. Again, we're not going to dive into him much. I believe Protect the Shield podcast as well as the Raider Rundown, right? Both of those guys go in depth on some of these coaches way better than I could, which is why I didn't even attempt to do so. I'm just going to point y'all directly to their channels and their videos. Absolutely go check them out. You will 100% learn something about these guys that will make a lot of sense. I think you guys are hopefully seeing the picture, at least what I'm trying to paint when it comes to the number one thing that AP wants, which is that toughness, that attitude. Bring that toughness back. Everybody we're discussing here, it's pretty darn tough. Whether it's the cold climate they're born and raised in, or where they played, or the way they played, right? These old player coaches, right? These guys, I think you're seeing a big time front office here. I mean, and I mean they are absolutely filling the holes everywhere necessary. I mean, we already went through the assistant tight ends coach when it comes to Mitch Singler. Now the next guy who is the tight ends coach, Luke Steckel, right? Does that name sound familiar? Luke Steckel? It should sound familiar because his dad's name is Les. Les Steckel, yeah. Been in the league for 3 decades. I mean, he's a coach's son, man. I mean, again, a brilliant football mind. And that's for tight ends, right? That's for the tight ends coach. We're getting the coach's son. I mean, we're barely through this list, ladies and gentlemen. And I mean, I think we've already named off some stellar front office head coaching, and good pairing, if you will. A very, very good pairing. But yes, Luke Steckel, Coach of Les, Google him. I told you this was going to be a history lesson of not just the Raiders, but just coaching trees and where people come from. Because again, this stuff is kind of important. The one thing I've learned in playing the game of football is that absolutely, if you are a student of the game, the best parts of the things that people teach you will rub off. So your coach, whatever he's good at, that will absolutely rub off over time, whether you want it to or not. Every single coach I've had, I can immediately name or rumble off something that he may have said to me at the time. Whatever it may be, I can put something towards it that'll motivate me based on having the right person to push my buttons correctly as a coach to get me to do my best. It's a knack you have to have as a coach, in my opinion, a good one, or at least be able to have a person really, really see what it is that you're trying to get them to come to fruition with, if you will. It's important, right? If you're gonna grow and get better, it's absolutely important. 100%. So, Luke Steckel, right? Now, we're on to the pass game coordinator. Who's that? Some kid named Scott Turner. Scott Turner. Who's Scott Turner? Oh, that guy. Norv Turner's son. Oh, my goodness. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about y'all. I thought Norv was pretty awesome offensively. I thought Norv had an awesome offensive game plan. I don't see how he doesn't fit what we want to do, what Al Davis would want to do, right? I mean, Norv is taking shots down the field. And I'm a firm believer the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. So I mean, hey, Scott Turner, like father, like son. Yeah, I kind of think that's enough said. I'll let y'all, mull on that if you'd like to. So this Fred Walker kid, assistant quarterbacks coach. I don't know much about him. That's what I can give you. I really don't know anything about him. Turf is all out of ideas for anything when it comes to getting any kind of information on him. I couldn't find any ties, right? Scott Turner, Norv Turner's son, right? I mean, we got Telesco, you got, right? Norv being, wasn't Norv Raiders too, right? Yeah, you can see the ties. Fred Walker, I'll be honest, I don't see the ties to Fred Walker anywhere. And that's really all I have. No, I really don't have any notes on him. And it kind of goes for the same guy. That comes after Cardinal Williams, a.k.a. Cadillac, our new running backs coach, which, again, right, we have a long list. I'm just getting through probably a third of this list right now. I still got 2/3 left to go, ladies and gentlemen. And we're already in at an hour. And, by the way, we got 14 people. So, shout out to y'all 14. Keep it above 10, and y'all have Turf talking all night. All night. So, yeah, Carnell Williams, running backs coach. I'm excited. I don't think there's much to have to talk about. I don't know if anybody's really upset about that. I mean, obviously our first choice just got a head coaching job, kind of a big deal. So it is what it is. We move on. Assistant offense again. So DeAndre Pierce is offensive assistant, and Tim Zetz is assistant offense. I don't know. I'm lost. I don't know what to tell you on that one. Doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, I don't know where to put you for that. So yeah, let's keep on moving down the line. We are now on the defensive side of the ball, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it's time to get down. I think this is our strongest part of our defense. Of our team is the defense. I've talked a ton about Patrick Graham. I'll go over him again just because I absolutely adore Waterbury, Connecticut. Shout out to the Dirty Water. Dirty Water is in the building. That's where Patrick Graham is from, born and raised. And yeah, I lived in Waterbury for 3 years maybe? We lived in Waterbury. And in fact, my daughter is born in Waterbury, Connecticut. She was born in 06. Absolutely. Yep. Waterbury. So yeah. Special place in our heart for several reasons. I was given the keys to the city. I'll never forget it. One of my guys that I grew up with, one of his frat brothers, if you will, was born and raised in Waterbury. And before you know it, I had the keys to the city. Shout out to all of my Waterbury friends. Patrick Graham, Yale graduate, speaks for itself, right? And his ties, some might consider him ties to the Patriots tree. Somewhat, yes, but nowhere near what we've gotten escorted out of the building to date, right? And there's still some reminiscences. We'll get to it. But yeah, anyways. We're going to move on to Mr. Gerald Alexander. Gerald Alexander, safeties coach. He accepted the position of defensive backs coach at guess where? Montana State University. More Montana. Yeah, back in 2015, he was the, defensive backs coach under Choate, who I want to say definitely had a great run at Montana State. He's a Montana guy, very, very well respected and well known. And did wonders for the program. But as I've told you guys, you're going to see that theme. And it's because, that's kind of the way things just go. I mean, you trust the people that you trust where, their pedigree is from, where they come from, all those good things, if you will. So, yeah, I value my Montana people. I know for a fact they know football better than you would expect or think, and I would even say most. Yep, you heard it from Turf first. Better than most. Yep. Shout out to Montana State. Shout out to Bozeman. All my guys out there. I got plenty of them out there. Yeah. So that's Gerald Alexander. Now we have Mike Caldwell. Right. Mike Caldwell, run game coordinator and linebackers. I mean, just go look him up. I mean, he played for 11 years, started coaching with the Eagles in 08. I mean, the man's as legit comes. I don't see anything wrong with him. And in fact, run game coordinator and linebacker. I mean, he's got a big position. He's actually taken over for Antonio AP, right? So that's a big situation. That's a big piece right there. That's filled pretty well. And we'll see. I think it'll work out. I think it'll work out really, really well when it comes to what he brings to that defense, right? Bringing in that linebacker flavor that's gonna be different, right, from what AP brings. And I wonder if he was in that position during the season when things switched over. I wonder if he was promoted to that. That's a good question. I have to ask. Shout out to Tony Shepard. Salute, my guy. Always man, is always represent. Always represent. Appreciate you. So yeah, Mike Caldwell. The guy speaks for himself, right? I mean, and that's the thing a lot of our players do. It's a player coach. Again, are you getting that theme? He's a monster on the field for a decade. You got to remember, ladies and gentlemen, the average lifespan of an NFL player, period. I don't care what positions, 3 years, 2.5, 3 years. So for somebody to play a decade, I don't care if they never made a Pro Bowl, let alone, a gold jacket. You clearly have an understanding and can play the game of football. Not everybody can coach it or teach it, but I think it's safe to say that Mike Caldwell is doing this thing, right? The next person we have on this list is Andre Carter, pass rush specialist. I mean, again, ladies and gentlemen, the guy was a first-round pick. He was number 7 pick in 2001. Played as a Raider in 2012. We all know the saying. Once a Raider, always a Raider. So, and the fact that he's got that knowledge of playing on the field, he's already vetted by Max. He's already vetted by everybody that's necessary. And he's bringing that youth. But, that mentality that we need. And he's been a Raider. After I said he was a Raider in 2012, I think that kind of solidifies, anything that you want to, discuss when it comes to Andre Carter. So now here is one of these guys, I don't know. His name is Matt Feeney. He's the assistant DB's coach. He's left over from McDaniel's crew. I don't have any info on him. To me, that means it's probably time for him to go. I don't know. Maybe he's actually really good, right? I mean, we've kind of gotten rid of everything necessary when it comes from that old regime. I don't know. Maybe Matt Feeney is, is the real deal. I mean, he's assistant DB coach. I mean, we playing a tough division, let alone league. You better know what you're doing. So, I don't know. I mean, guess we'll find out after this year if he's still the assistant DB's coach. We know, well, I guess I shouldn't say we know because we haven't gotten to him yet, which is Ricky Manning Jr., but we'll get to him. He's the DB coach, so yeah, we'll get there. I think next is Rob Leonard, right? Defensive line. Rob Leonard from the Ravens. Think that kind of speaks for itself, if you will. They had the number 1 defense in the league. And if you have the number 1 defense in the league, I can assure you, you have one of the best defensive lines on the planet. So getting a head coach like Rob Leonard, who's absolutely dominated when it comes to defensive line play, I don't know how you can be upset with it, right? Yeah, I'm totally fine with that. Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense to me. I think, yeah, pay him what he wants too on top of it. Next, let's go to it. Marcus Lewis, assistant linebackers coach. What is his? And that's the other thing too about Rob Leonard. I couldn't find any ties. Right. Again, like you guys have noticed the Montana theme when it comes to the coaching tree and trees of people and where they've met, right, and crossed paths, whether they were in the realm of Montana or not. There's a lot of those paths being crossed from Montana coaching and everyone else intertwined. But yes, Marcus Lewis. Yes, it's Marv Lewis's son. He's the assistant linebackers coach. I mean, we gotta assume, yet again, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it is. Yeah, it's Marv Lewis. Yeah. So yeah, I'm assuming his son Marcus is gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. Moving on to Ricky Manning Jr., cornerbacks coach. Again, he's the real cornerbacks coach, and if you don't know about Ricky Manning Jr., yeah, going right. Played for the Seahawks, Jets. No, excuse me. He coached for the Seahawks and the Jets. I'm not sure who he played for. He played for multiple teams in the NFL, but he was outstanding in college. He was big time in college. Had a great career in the NFL. Just, I think he dominated quite a bit more when it comes to college. So, no knock or anything. I'm just giving you the game on what I know about these people. Josh Phillips, again, I couldn't find much on him. At all. Josh Phillips. Nothing came back, actually. Nothing at all. I may have skipped him. It's very possible I could have skipped him. Sorry, Josh. He's assistant defense. And then obviously a senior defense assistant is Rob Ryan, the brother of Rex Ryan. Yeah, you absolutely should know and understand that, right? That's just that's NFL royalty. 100% NFL royalty, if you ask me. So yeah. That kind of runs off the defense, and hey, everybody on this channel better know this. There's 3 phases to the game: offense, defense, and that's right, you guessed it, special teams, ladies and gentlemen. Our special teams guy, right? We remember Rich Bisaccia, right? He became very important. So listen here. Our special teams guy, right? Our special teams guy is Tom McMahon. And you guessed it. Still holding to this thing. He's a Helena, Montana native and actually coached at Bozeman High School at one point. Shout out to Bozeman in general. I still got bad people that live there. My guy, the mayor, as I call him, Josh Perkins. I've already told you guys he's got 3 sons that play with Montana State right now as we speak. But what's special about Tom McMahon is you're probably going to know him more so from his son than you would know him from himself, right? Being a Montana person and, right, coaching, been in the league forever, right? But his son is Mitt, a.k.a. Emmett McMahon, right? The producer for the Pat McAfee show. Shout out to So, yeah. Tom McMahon, special teams coordinator. Yeah, from Montana, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I don't know what else to say when it comes to the toughness, right? I think you're going to see toughness everywhere, all over the place. I don't see how it's, not going to be apparent everywhere. It's He said he was going for after tough people. What I'm telling y'all is this man literally went after the toughest people that you can imagine. I don't know what else to tell you, right? I mean, that is just facts. And bringing up this next guy, who is just so happens to be the assistant special teams, it blows my mind. This guy's name is Cade Rannings, assistant special teams. He is a graduate of, once again, Oregon State University, right? A 2005 graduate. And he started his career as an undergrad with the Beavers back in 05. And guess who was running Oregon State back then in 2005? This guy named Dennis Erickson. Shout out to Dennis. The legend. The Montana legend, right? He's, again, Sonny Lubick, Dennis Erickson. You are talking the heaviest hitters in the state of Montana. I just Google their names, right? I mean, we all know what Dennis Erickson did, not only at Oregon State. I mean, obviously famous for the University of Miami. I believe he gave a stab in the league. Who knows? I mean, the guy is as famous gets. I want to say he either played for Montana State, may have done both, played and coached. The theme is, ladies and gentlemen, is Montana heavy. It's Montana heavy everywhere. That's where Cade Ranning's background comes from. And I don't know what else to tell you when it comes to toughness in Montana. We played out in the cold. They're still playing out in the cold, ladies and gentlemen, when it's below zero. I've had several games where I look back and don't understand how I did it. And I mean, I'll always remember the Weber State game that was on the ESPN because literally they had to plow the lines every single play because it was snowing so hard we couldn't see the lines. We couldn't see anything. Every single play, they had to plow the lines. It was pretty wild. It was pretty crazy. So there you have it. That's the special teams, right, with the Cade Rannings. We still got a couple of more people here. I told y'all I took a deep dive. Into this. So yeah, Darius Swinson, another assistant special teams guy. He was with the Bears in 2015 and 2017. That's kind of really the only connection that I see, right? That would be the Getsy connection, if you will, for the Bears. Assistant special teams. So, it is what it is there. And that does cap off the special teams crew. And last but not least, which is absolutely very important, very, very important, it is the strength and conditioning crew. We have a guy named AJ. What is his name? AJ Neal? I believe it's AJ Neal. He is Nebo. My bad. Excuse my pronunciation. AJ Nebo. This guy started as an intern with the Raiders back in 2003 to 2009. Left, probably went and got his bread, right? And then came back in 2019 and has been here since. So that means predated, right? McDaniels, all those guys. He's a Raider. Once a Raider. Always a Raider, right? Anthony Batiste. And Anthony Batiste, he's an old player, played in the league for years. He announced retirement in 2018 to become the assistant strength and conditioning coach for the Raiders. So goes to show you where his head was at when it comes to this. And last but not least, One other name on this list to mention, Deuce Gruden. Deuce Gruden. We all know Deuce. Everybody should know Deuce. That's Gruden's kid. Yeah, he kept his job, right? So, yeah, and rightfully so. It's all good. It makes sense. You know what I mean? It makes sense to me. Tough kid. He's swole too. I mean, he works out. Yeah, you can tell. So I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not mad at all. So there you have it. That's our coaching staff for the 2024 season, ladies and gentlemen. What's your thoughts? How do you feel? Did I give you a little more insight? I really, really hope so. All I can tell you is I was ecstatic to see these names, to see these people. Not only did I play against them, I played with them, I've learned from them, and I know they're football heads. And they're in our building. They were hand-picked, hand-selected. And I can assure you the toughness part was probably what was on the top of the list for them, which got them in the building. I can't express enough. I mean, me and the fellas, we used to clown and crack, but hey, we will keep it 100 with you. Those Montana boys get down. Real tough. Shout out to them. I'm talking all of them, ladies and gentlemen. Butte, Helena, Bozeman, Missoula. I mean, the list goes on. You got Yellowstone. I mean, Montana is Montana. It's, yeah. It is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's dope. It's dope. And I think we are all going to be very, very excited with what comes from this. So, yeah, let's pull up. Let's move on to the next situation, which is the franchise tag, right? I don't know if everybody understands the franchise tag. There's the franchise tag, and then there's the transition tag. I'm not 100% sure. Somebody, if you like, please go on ahead and Google. We'll figure that out. I'm going to give people some time to do that because, as always, chat lives matter, ladies and gentlemen. Chat lives matter. So let's check out what's going on in here. Right? Let's see what happens. Hey, what's going on, man? I already got that one. Salute everybody. I got that one. Pure and Gold Raider is in the building. Salute to the chat and the entire Raider Nation. Appreciate you. Salute El Capitan as always. All right, what does this one say? I would love to pay Jacobs and bring him back, but I believe it was yesterday or the other day in a live. Someone commented James wants that bag. Jacobs wants that bag because he's got a lot of kids and has to prove that. I don't know. How many yards did Juice Man rush for? That's got to be somebody from the crib. Calling me Juice Man. How you know Juice Man? That's got to be Kurt. Somebody know Kurt. Somebody. That's not very few people know my nickname is Juice Man. I keep who's Juice Man? Maybe I did tell y'all that. I don't think I told y'all. My boy Kurt gave me the nickname Juice Man. So yeah, glad to talk about that. And what does that say? Anthony, that's cat, bro. He hasn't said where. See that. Okay. 1996. That was the year I joined the Navy. Oh, shout out to Leo. And thank you for your service, my dude. I did not know you were military. What is that? Egalitarian 207? Salute. Shout out. I don't see Lombardi. Oh, wait, he got fired. Yes, sir. My guy that always salutes and joins, man. I appreciate you, Tony. And of course, he's going to get everybody in the crew, and I'm going to make sure y'all see all of them because Tony deserves it. Tony deserves it. A lot of former players on the staff, bro. I'm telling you, if this is right, you can't, no one's going to feel sorry. No, you have nowhere to hide when it comes to playing Raider football moving forward. You just don't. You just don't have anywhere to hide, ladies and gentlemen. Would love to see us get that stud DT from the Ravens. Oh, Mutabike, I don't know how you pronounce it, but Jesus, if we could even come remotely close, I would love that. Raider Nation for life. Freddie Chavez, salute. Chavez, salute. Salute Nation. You ever hear of Muhizi brothers out of El Cajon? The older one was a nice running back in the late 90s. I know exactly. I do know who you're talking about. Because ain't that where EJ from? I think EJ Watson is from El Cajon, I want to say. I might be wrong. I just know he's from San Diego. So, you know what I'm saying? The young one broke all kinds of records as a quarterback in 05 and had 10 interceptions as a safety in the same season. He ended up going to Montana State, but injuries ultimately got him. Oh, wow. Interesting. That's very interesting, man. I don't know that one. I honestly don't know that one. Milo Hunt. What's up, fellas? Salute. Salute, Milo. Raiders. My homegirl, Myra in the salute. Gunsmoke in the building. So what's the plan with our O-line? By the way, salute everybody. Yeah. As last week I said, what position you play? I can tell you had juice. Then you told the story about the nickname. Okay. So I did tell you. I appreciate you for reminding me because, Turf be up here running his mouth, man. I can forget. I might tell you the same story 5 times the way, sometimes it works out that way. Sorry. You just got to stop me. So, we're going to get back to this real quick. The franchise tag for each position, $38 million. Yeah, Cousins wants every penny of that. He wants every penny. Can you blame him? You can't blame him. Transition tag 34. That must mean after or maybe before. I don't know. I'm going to find out for us the difference. I just wanted to put these numbers up here to see. Franchise tag $12 million for running back. I'm sorry. We can't do that. We can't franchise a running back. As of right now, there's nobody we can franchise if you ask me looking at this list right now. These numbers are gaudy. Like, they are absurd. I don't know about y'all. I'm starting to wear my GM hat. I've been wearing my GM hat for a while because, again, you got to understand, if you're going to win in this league, you got to have people at positions. And if somebody's eating up all the bread, the salary cap is $255 million. It got beefed up another $30 million, I believe, from what they said. 255 from 220 or 225, something like that. So, yep, they beefed it up. They beefed it up quite a bit. Wide receiver. $22 million for the franchise tag. $22 million. There's already a wide receiver franchise. Do you know? Stay tuned. Let's keep talking. You might find out. Tight ends. $12.5 million for the franchise. It's a lot for a tight end. That's a lot, unless it's obviously the one out of the top 3. That's a lot of money. Offensive lineman, $21 million. $21 million for a franchise tag. Offensive lineman. It's a lot of money, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, luckily, I believe you only get one franchise tag, right? So, yeah, you only get one. So, right? You ain't got to worry about that. Only get one. So, yeah. Defensive end. 21. That's to be expected. Defensive end, 21 million. Yeah, absolutely to be expected. I don't see why you wouldn't think that. That falls in line for what you're looking to get for sure. Defensive tackle again, 22 mil. Yeah, this list is it's typical. I mean, you get one franchise tag, you're gonna pay a pretty penny. I don't think. Dang, they tag Snead. Dang, that hurts my feelings, man. That hurts my feelings. I can't tag. Oh man, that hurts my feelings. Hey, rundown. I can't. I'm using my phone. You got to hit me on Instagram or one of the instant messengers I can see online. I can't get to my phone. I do got the link in your Slack. So yeah, that hurts my feelings, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That hurts my feelings, Tony. I didn't have that. That must have just been news, brand new news, because I don't have that documented anywhere, if you will. I'm shocked to see that a cornerback is cheaper than defensive lineman, linebacker, $24 million. Linebacker is the most expensive person outside of your quarterback. I mean, that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been saying it forever. Your Mike linebacker is your quarterback of your defense. That man is directing everything. He's doing it all. You know what I'm saying? He absolutely is doing it all. So, I mean, you're going to pay, right? Offensive side of the ball is the quarterback and who to protect him. Defensive side of the ball is the linebacker and who's going to protect him. That's where your money's at. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, this is our franchise tag cost, which is pretty wild. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild, but it makes sense. It makes sense to me. Let me know what y'all think when it comes to the franchise tag. Too much, too little, indifferent. We'll have to talk that up. But without further ado, rundown.
What's happening? What's going on with my family, man? What's going on with everybody?
Chilling, baby. We getting this thing going, man. I had to run through all of those coaches and give people a heads up on what's good there.
I'm already knowing, man. I'm over here seeing it. I'm looking at the deep dive. I'm like, okay, he doing his thing. Whole
Yes, sir.
hour, let it go, man. But happy to be on with you, dog. Hey, that Snead thing is crazy. But at the same time, they said if they can't come to no common ground, they could trade him. So
Really?
but I mean, trading for him is something completely different. Like, I'm not doing that.
Right.
You can't give up no capital to KC like that. So
no, not at all.
yeah.
Not at all. And speaking of, that's what I'm going to pull up right now, which is right the. I gotta see if I can catch this at the right spot. Yeah, here we go. These are the free agents. I kind of put them in order by way of ChatGPT. Shout out ChatGPT, I believe. But if you notice, there's one little tiny franchise tag on one particular player already. That player is T. Higgins. And that is official, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
So to my knowledge, T. Higgins is the only person that has been franchise tagged. And that is at $20+ million, ladies and gentlemen. Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, we said it on our show on Thursday. It's cheaper to extend Josh Jacobs than to literally franchise tag him. You know what I mean? So we'll see what the Raiders come to as far as doing that. But I mean, Illuminor looks like he's going to test free agency. There's a lot of guys on our team that's looking like they're going to test free agency that we got to figure out how to keep first.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. I mean, luckily for us, none of these guys on this list that are in the top 20 are from our team, right? Which means we should have a better chance. But looking at this list, what sticks out to you as you know what? I mean, there are a few.
Yeah, you already know my guy, Matabike, because he's young,
yes.
cool.
Number
Christian
3
Wilkins is a guy that, you know, I think he would fit. His attitude would fit. His play definitely would fit. Of course, Chris Jones, but that's going to be a big ass money tag. The tag on that is going to be high. I understand the infatuation of it, but I'm not so keen on spending big money on a Jalen Johnson or something like that, like a corner. I'm not big on spending money on a corner right now. I'm not. Right. I think the money should be spent on the line, right? And as we always say, if your D-line is good, it's going to make your corners and all that look even better. So at the end of the day, no need. Also, DJ Reader. DJ Reader is another name that I've heard been linked to us already.
I'm big on that guy.
I like DJ Reader. Had a quad injury last year, so didn't really play much last year. But when he's on the field, very disruptive. Very, very disruptive. So that'll be a guy right there. And of course, you know, the one and the only Leonard Williams. Finally, can it finally happen? We talked about it enough.
I mean, and he wants to be here. He wants to be a Raider. He absolutely wants to be a Raider. Yeah, it wouldn't make any sense for him not to just come on over, man. You know what I'm saying? Just come on through. Yep. You know, to the best facilities and help us get this ring. Yeah, that's how I see it. I mean, this list it's crazy, man. There's a lot of ballers on this list, man.
Factual.
There's a lot, man.
A lot of guys on here that can help us.
Junior, bro. I mean, they gotta pay him, right? What are they?
Yeah, we're gonna stay away from anything offensively.
Right. We don't need offense. We don't need offense. Yeah. I'm just thinking out loud when it comes to seeing.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Pittman Jr. is a monster.
You hoping one of these receivers don't go to Kansas City? So yeah, you're like, please. No,
not a single one on this list. Because if so, we got problems.
But probably not, because if they're franchise tagging Snead, that probably means that they're gonna pay Chris Jones.
They have to.
They're gonna pay Chris Jones.
They gotta pay somebody.
He's not gonna be no option. I've never thought that they was gonna let him go. He's the defense.
I agree.
Without him, it's a wrap. Like, so Wilkins, I anticipate them franchise tagging him. I don't see him testing the market like that. So, I mean, I think the realistic options right now are either Matabike. I mean, DJ Reader and Leonard Williams are realistic options.
Yep. That makes sense.
Just based off the you know, Wilkins, he's going, Miami wants him and needs him, and he's a big part of that culture and stuff over there. So I think they'll do what they have to do. They didn't already released a couple guys too. So
yep. Yeah, they're gonna figure it out. You know they're gonna figure it out on how to keep him. There's no way they're letting him go. It's just not gonna happen.
In other news, that Atlanta and Justin Fields talk is ramping up heavy.
Is it? Yeah, I told y'all that was where it was going to be, though.
That's where it is.
I mean, it makes sense. It's where he's from, right? It's just makes natural sense. I don't know any other way to makes natural sense, man.
Now, initial reaction, what are you going to do if the notification hits your phone that the Raiders traded for Justin Fields?
That's just going to be strange.
Yeah.
For real.
Initial reaction, yeah, I'd scratch my head. But then I'd be like, yeah, well, hey, it's conclusion.
Right.
At least we know what we're gonna do in the draft. Like we can finally like just be like, all right, we going with D tackle or we going with an offensive lineman or whatever the case, and we can solidify that there. But it'd be strange, nonetheless.
Absolutely. I don't know, man. I think we can get the 3 pieces we need off this list.
2. I mean,
definitely
you
we
don't
get
even have guards up here. Yeah, I don't even see no guards on here.
I thought it was a guard. I thought there was one guard.
Regardless, there are like 2 to 3 that we can target. I know
Tyron Smith, yeah.
Yeah, he a tackle though. I think we've been talking about Doxson. We like Doxson from the Rams. He's nice. Mike, I don't know how you say his last name. Owinahu or something like that.
Yeah.
From the Patriots. He's nice.
Yes. Yep.
So he's an option. There are options out there.
Absolutely.
Cowtown likes Rob Hunt. He's all right.
And the Miami guard.
He wouldn't be my first choice.
Right.
But if we spend big money, hey.
I mean, we have it. That's the thing. I mean, if you got it to spend, this is our year.
I mean, I think free agency, this is what I was saying in our chat. I think free agency, everything should just be the line. Just spend big on the lines. That's literally it. Because if we solidify our D-line and we solidify our O-line in free agency, why can't we just trade up for a quarterback at this point? We don't need no goddamn skill positions on offense.
No.
It's not like we need that. Right? Like, it's not like we're clamoring for a bunch of I mean, we could get a corner at 13 if you wanted to and just not trade up. But at the end of the day, it's like, come on now, like corner? Like really? Like, come on. Get the quarterback. Solidify your offense and defensive lines in free agency. That's where all the money should go anyway.
Right.
And there we go. I mean, and then you get some pieces like Josh Jacobs gets brought back, of course, and maybe you can get a Patrick Queen if things start making sense.
Man, I wish. I want Patrick Queen. He's a Raider, bro.
Solidify the stuff, bro. Solidify the stuff. I mean, and just because you don't get a DT in the first round, even if you go get a quarterback, don't mean you don't get one at all in the draft. You can still get some in round 3 that are good D tackles.
Absolutely. I agree. Very, very good.
Yep.
Yeah. We got money to spend. We definitely got money to spend.
Got to go ahead and spend it, bro.
Yeah. No, I agree 100%. So with that being said, here we are. This is everybody that is this is everybody that is a free agent on our squad right now. And what they would be looking at, I guess, as far as cost, right?
Can you zoom in?
What they were paid. You can't zoom in and you can't see it?
Not really.
I can't zoom in any farther. Dang it.
All good. Let me see. See, okay. Josh Jacobs, we already know we trying to re-sign. Okay. Andre
11.7.
Illuminor is the one because Illuminor, I think we're gonna have to get into a little bidding war because I think he's at least gonna go check out the Giants. I think that's where his little interest is right now.
Where is he from? Is that where is he from the area?
Nah, I just think. Well, no, Brasillo went over there.
Oh yeah, Brasillo. Yeah, that's right.
Brasillo went over there, so I mean, he gonna see. He familiar with the blocking scheme and all that shit, so he gonna see. But I mean, I think it's gonna be between us and him, us and them. But I think we should re-sign Illuminor. No,
I agree. I agree 100%. I mean, for that price too, I'm not mad at it.
Re-signed Illuminor.
Yeah.
What else? What am I seeing right here? I saw a report that they're thinking about keeping Van Roten as depth piece, right? So intriguing enough. I can rock. I'm not gonna lie to you. And some people are gonna be mad that I just said this, but it's okay. I can rock with Van Roten being our second guard. Like I can do that.
Yeah.
If we sign like Doxson or we sign the Amenahu or whatever his name is, right? I gotta remember his name. The guy from the Patriots, right? The guard. We sign him or one of those two. If Van Roten is my second guard, I'm cool with that.
Right.
Like I'm fine with that. He's cool enough to be a second guard, like your backup. He's not cool enough to be your starter though.
He's old.
Yeah.
He's old and he's not worth it. I mean, he's not costing us a whole lot at 1.6.
It's pennies. He's gonna cost us pennies.
Right.
I mean, and if that you
For
can
that,
still draft a guy too.
right.
So you can sign one big money, draft one still. Van Roten comes back as depth piece, whatever. And then if you want to make it a battle in camp, boom, whoever wins that, whatever case.
Right. So I want to go to the top. What you gonna sign Josh for?
2 years.
How much?
I know people are saying 7, bro. And I understand it. It's a little disrespectful.
Ooh, okay.
So I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
I give him 8.
Where you going with it?
I give him 8. I give him 8 to.
I give him 8.5.
I give him 8.8 to 8.5, 8 to 9.
Yeah, I give him 8.5
for 2 years. You know what I mean?
Years.
Now this is where it
makes happen.
This is where it gets dicey because it's for him. It's about the guarantees and shit, right? So like, are you telling him like, all right, we're gonna give 80% of it guaranteed,
right,
and the rest is on incentives, or like, you know what I mean? Like, because then at that point, how much does that cost against the cap? That's the next question. Well, Daniel, I'm gonna tell you this, Daniel. He ain't got no damn choice.
He's definitely taking less than 10, bro.
He don't have no damn choice, bro.
Yeah, he's taking less than 10.
You feel me? Like, there's no room for negotiation anymore. Like, you feel what I'm saying? That's out the window. That's done. He done fucked all his leverage off. So at this point, to stay here, right? To stay here, it's either gonna be you take 8 to 9, or you gonna have to go somewhere else to find that. That's just what it's gonna be.
100%.
8 to 9 for 2 or 3 years is generous. That's mad generous. I saw some 3 years for 36.
Right.
It's like
that's not happening.
Because what is that average out? Let me see.
Bro, that's 12, bro. That's 12, 24, 30. That's 12 million a year. Ain't nobody doing that.
See what I'm saying? 12 million a year, bro. That's wild. That's wild. Now, like, okay, we ask ourselves, did Josh Jacobs give us 12 million a year type production?
Right. Not last year.
So no, we can't do that.
Absolutely not.
It's gotta be under 10. It's gotta be under 10.
Hey,
8 or 9.
Entertain the people real quick. I'm just going to grab myself one last little brew. You tell me what you think on this.
Well, shout out to everybody that is on Turf's channel. Make sure if y'all are new to Turf's channel, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. We almost at 1,000 on Turf's channel. So go ahead, help the kid, help Unc out. Let's get him to 1,000. But as we looking at this list right here, Bilal Nichols, intriguing. I would let him test his market. If I'm playing GM, I let him test his market, but I would not be opposed to bringing him back. See, he's a good depth piece to me. He is. I think he started to play well last year.
He did.
And along that line, I think he was a nice little depth piece. He started to gain his little traction. So
he was.
I would let him test his market, but I would bring him back.
Yes. And before I forget, ladies and gentlemen, my bad. Shout out to Will. Y'all see what's happening? Y'all see what's happening here? Y'all see what's happening here? Yeah, hold on. We're gonna have to remove all this shit.
Yes, sir.
You see that?
Yes, sir.
Let me show you. Y'all see what that look like? This hat fire, by the way. This hat is fire. I love it. It's my new favorite hat, ladies and gentlemen. It is, real talk.
Yeah. Bilal can stay.
Yes.
What was
I like. In fact, you know what? I like Bilal. Wow. Now Andre James for 4.3. I wouldn't give him one.
Dylan Parham is playing center, so this man is gone. So
right.
I think Dylan Parham should play center.
Dang, I didn't realize Andre James was so young too. What happened to him?
He's very young. It's just, he has limitations to his game.
It's limited for sure.
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna get a job somewhere. It's not like he's dog shit. Like, he's not terrible. He's not one of the worst centers in the league. He's just mid. Like, so right. I think we can upgrade. Who's after that? Illuminor. We already talked about Illuminor.
Austin Hooper, the tight end, 2.75. He's gonna have to change that. He's gonna have to change.
I'm gonna pay 2.75. I think I can get a more dynamic second.
That's what I'm saying. He's gonna have to change that. He's gonna have to knock a mil off of that.
Yeah, I think I can get a more dynamic option.
At that price, he got to knock that down. Sorry, Austin. I like you too. I like Austin Hooper. I thought he played well for us.
Nah, man. Move Parham to center, man. It's the move. It's the move, Chad. I'm telling you.
Oh, I'm not saying who. Yeah, you must. Yeah, I was too busy. Zoomed in on the.
It's the move. Who's after that? Abdullah.
He's gone. Yeah, he's gone. For
no time to waste on that one.
Nah, exactly. Greg Van Rotten. Yeah.
We already saw the report he might be coming back. So
Butler for 1.5.
Yeah.
See now.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, he's absolutely coming back for that. That's right. Now, when you bring him up and Nichols, now it's like if you had to choose, who would you go with?
Butler.
Exactly. I agree, especially with price.
Yeah, I go Butler.
Yeah, he's younger too by what? No, he's a little bit older.
No, yeah, but I like him a little better. He got more motor. Horsted.
I like this right here. 2 years at 18 and 14 guaranteed. I like that a lot, bro. That's
there we go.
There
it is.
Money.
And that's it. That's all we need. See, that's the exact.
Yeah, that's money, Eric.
Yeah, that's the exact deal we just said. That's it, Eric.
That's money right there.
That's the one.
I think that's it. I don't see how he turns that down. I'm way cool with that. And then you can even heavily incentivize that too. If you make it, I mean, he earned it. So
yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair for both sides, bro. It's fair.
100%.
Brand is guaranteed. You know, he taken care of, and now it's time to rock and roll. Let's stop doing the bullshit song and dance every year.
Right. Absolutely. DeAndre Carter gone.
Yeah.
1.5 at 30 years old.
To do what he does. You know who I can see us drafting that can take that role? I haven't talked about it a lot. That kid from USC, the Taj Washington. I like him. I wouldn't mind if the Raiders grabbed
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind if they grabbed Jerry's son. I'm not even gonna lie.
Man, stop.
He's nice.
Hey, could you imagine going up, getting Marvin Harrison, then flipping the script and going to get Rice? Yeah. Harrison on one side, Rice on the other.
I'm not gonna lie. I think because Jerry's son ain't gonna go hella high.
Nah,
I can see him. I can see him going like 4th round or whatever.
That's intimidation, bro. That in itself is intimidation, bro.
I like Jerry Rice's son. His son is good.
He's a baller.
That Senior Bowl opened my eyes a little bit.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he can play.
Yeah, he can definitely play.
John, what's up?
Chris in the building.
Oh, Chris is in the building. What's cracking? There it is. Yes, sir. Yeah, John Jenkins.
Yeah, you gonna have to let that go, man.
He's old. Yeah, at 1.3, you old too. Now Jasper Horsted.
Don't know. I don't know because they still got Fotheringham.
Yeah, well, but I take him over Hooper.
Horsted over Hooper?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Whoever blocks better.
He's more athletic.
Whoever blocks better.
And Horsted is a little cheaper.
I need a good blocker.
He's a little cheap. Actually, he's a lot cheaper. It's cheaper by over $1.5 million. Yeah, I'm definitely dumping Hooper.
True. What else we got?
Brandon Parker at $1 million. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
No, you know what, bro? We gotta start new. I love Brandon. But shout out to Brandon Parker because he stayed throughout all of it. But
appreciate it.
He done seen a lot of terrible regimes, bro. It's time for him to go.
It's time for you to go, homie. Sorry, bro.
We gotta dump all the old shit out, man.
Right. Jacob Johnson, fullback, $1 million at 20.
Hey, he probably coming back.
I mean,
you heard the way AP been talking to how they want to play football.
Yeah, he's good. They're gonna need somebody. Somebody's gonna need to be a battling ram for that. Curtis Bolton.
I don't know, Daniel. I don't know how this man Parker stayed. He must have dirty files.
Nobody knows. Yeah, he got
dirty files.
Something. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know how that. Where is it at? You need to put them up. Yeah, because I agree, Daniel. None of us understood it. I used to seethe watching that man play. I used to have problems watching him play.
He's one of the coolest human beings in the room. Or he be bullying the motherfuckers behind the scenes, and they be scared of him.
Something's weird. But yeah.
Horsted, you said cool. Well, who's after Horsted? Is that's Parker, Jakob Johnson? He'll stay. Bolton. That's okay. There go Chris guy.
Yeah, I like Curtis Bolton. Curtis Bolton too.
That's Chris's defensive player of the year.
Bro, Amik Robertson at 900? Yeah, that's a steal.
He taking more though. He needs a raise.
That's a steal.
After the year he just had, he gonna want $1 million at least.
Polamalu, 700. Jordan Meredith, 750.
I keep Polamalu.
Yeah, I'll keep them all at these prices.
Yeah, Amik is just probably gonna get a raise at $1 million.
Yeah, he's gonna get at least. Yeah, he's gonna get it.
But that's pretty much it. I mean, after that, we gonna have bread to spend, man. Like it's
a lot of it. No, we're gonna.
It's all about who want to come here, who want to make it sexy. Like that's it.
I agree.
Look here, Turf. I posed a question in the chat, and I said this: if we tie up our loose ends, like say. Okay, let's be realistic and I'm not even gonna give you big names, right? I'm not gonna give you big names. Yeah. I'm gonna just go ahead and give you small names. Say if we sign Leonard Williams and DJ Reader, both of them, right? Say because it's possible they're not gonna command a hell of ton of money. You can get both of those, right? Okay. Say you get a guard, one of those guards that we talked about. Boom, solidify that. But you only get one. All right, I'm posing realistic. You only get one. Does that make you comfortable enough to say, okay, we might be able to go ahead and trade up?
Trade up? It's got to be the number one spot. There's no number 3 trade up because you're not going to get who you want. You're not going to get who you want. Hey, it's obvious that the Bears are going to take either Williams or Mack.
Yeah.
That's disastrous for us.
Well, it depends.
Because the other problem is I think they also, the Patriots also just shut it all down, meaning that they ain't giving up that third pick. they already just flat out shut it down. I'm pretty sure that's the word on the street.
See, and you can't say this either because we don't know what they're gonna do. I always say I want them to, but I'm not saying like that's what they gonna do, bro. Because at the end of the day, I can be like, oh, they're never trading up, they're never gonna do it, and then they fucking trade up. Where I say, oh, they're always gonna trade up, and they never do it, and I'm disappointed. But at the end of the day, I think it's the smartest play, bro. It is. I mean, I just heard the Bills GM sit there and say the things we've been saying this whole time. If it works, then nobody's gonna give a damn what I gave up. 3 first-round picks is whatever.
No one's gonna care. No one will even notice it.
Yeah.
They won't even notice it.
If it doesn't work, well, shit, I ain't gonna be here anyway to see it. So it is, bro. I'm getting fired. So hey, you rock with what you rock with. I think we're in the position to grab who we want to grab. It's just, do we believe that Daniels is that guy that's gonna elevate the franchise? I agree with this.
All day.
I agree with this. But combine talk is where it's going to start getting spicy. So,
right.
We're going to keep you updated. Turf and I and everybody on TRS going to keep you updated on what's going on and all the talk, during the combine. But it's going to get spicy.
That combine going to get real, ladies and gentlemen. And as of right now, I think I'm going to stream live. Yeah, shout out to Turf. Turf is about to stream live for the combine. I'm going to give you all my true, honest opinions on each and every individual that they have. You can't see right now, but it's a huge screen right here in front of me. It's absolutely. I'm going to set it up. Obviously, I can't show it, but I can. You guys can see my reactions on the people of, doing what they do as far as running the drills or, catching whatever the case may be. I'm definitely going to check it out and report back. I got time on my hands, so for sure.
Hey, man, definitely if I got the same time, I'm definitely going to be in it. I'm going to be making the content and doing all that stuff. But, I think this combine is going to tell us a lot. Now, look, I told you, Turf, this man Daniels was not going to participate in this combine. He has nothing to gain. You feel me? Like, it's like we sitting here thinking like, okay, he can come out here and up his stock. He's not physically imposing like Anthony Richardson. He ain't gonna walk out there with his chest and all puffed out and shit. If he runs a slow 40, it's gonna make us pause and be like, like we're gonna look at him like he ain't all that impressive if he runs a slow 40. His bench press for sure ain't gonna get anybody excited. No. You know what I mean? Like, and the throws are the throws. Like the throws you can make it at your pro day. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't. My thing is this. Anything that Daniels does good hurts us. I think he's better off doing nothing. Don't do nothing. Real talk, don't do nothing at the combine.
It's true.
Let everybody else do better than you. If you want to become a Raider, let everybody else do better than you. There has to be, he has to have some kind of inclination that the better he does, the worse it's going to be.
Yeah,
right? I mean, that's just facts.
It's the smartest play because honestly, it's like, everybody was tripping. I saw some people tripping on Twitter. Oh, the Raiders don't have an official meeting set up with him. Oh, the Raiders. These meetings at the combine are to get to know your guy. The hell does Antonio Pierce need a meeting to get to know this dude? He thanked him at his Heisman speech. Like, the man knows the man already. At this point, like we done said, all of this is like AP trying to convince Telesco like this is the dude. At this point, what more do we have to tip our hand, bro? I mean, like pretty much everybody knows what quarterback we like at this point. So it's like it ain't no damn secret. We don't have to tip our hand even more, bro. Like don't trip on out.
Right. No, I agree, man. We are going for Daniels and Daniels only, and that's why I say it's either one or go home. We trading up to the first spot or we going home because the Patriots are not giving up that spot. It's just not. And
unless they get a free agent quarterback.
Who's after them?
Arizona.
They're not picking a quarterback.
No. I mean, unless New England picks up a free agent.
Dog, they could actually mess around and get Marvin Harrison. That would be unfair.
That's what Arizona want. Or
Of
attack.
course they want. They want Marvin.
I mean, they need O-line help too. I mean,
I can assure you they want Marvin. I can assure you that they want Marvin Harrison.
I'm sure.
He's the sure pick of the draft. For the record, ladies and gentlemen, it's the sure pick for the draft. There's no better pick in this draft than Marvin Harrison Jr. Don't get it twisted. No one else comes close. No one else comes close.
I mean, the fact your boy ain't having he's not having a combine or a pro day tells you everything you need to know.
Cool. Daniels? No,
Harrison. He's not having either.
Oh, yeah.
He said, I'm just going to see you at the draft.
Oh, all day. That's it. It's not for him to do.
Literally not for him to do.
Because the bottom line is he's just up against a team that he don't want to go to a team that don't have a quarterback. So
True. I mean, and he gonna get there exactly with he gonna get there with Kyler, and they gonna mesh. They gonna gel.
I'm gonna be sick if they get him. For real. If they get him, that's problems. That's problems for the whole league, bro. That's problems for the whole league. You want to know?
I don't know. I don't think New England is gonna pick
next decade. Kyler gonna be around for the next decade.
Yeah, but I don't think New England's picking the quarterback. I don't. I keep telling y'all, like, that roster does not merit picking a quarterback that high, bro. Like,
I agree. They don't have anything.
They might do it, but
they don't have anything.
About like football sense, it's stupid because that roster is trash, and you're gonna put Jaden Daniels in that roster, somebody in that roster, and we all know what's gonna happen. Oh, no talent on the roster. Now all of a sudden he don't look good. Oh, he sucks. He's trash. Oh, blah, blah, blah. When you know good and damn well you ain't have no talent on that roster to begin
with. I agree. Where's my guy Spence when I need him? This is his team. He would be able to, vouch and vent, if you will, for everything that you're talking right now. Because, it's tough for the Patriot fans.
Come on now.
It's the first time in, 3 decades they are just lost.
Yeah. But that's okay. Who cares? I think. I mean, if they want to. Hopefully, they don't. Do the stupid decision and try to think a quarterback is going to fix all the problems. And,
it's not.
It's not. So that's why I don't think they're getting a quarterback. I think they're going to try to go somewhere else. Maybe trade back. That's probably smarter for them.
Well, it's definitely smart. It's smarter for everybody involved at the top, to be honest, just based on the numbers. Again, I understand. I'm not trying to backtrack, but the facts of the matter is when you trade up for a quarterback, it probably doesn't go well for you. That's just numbers. Statistics say that. You can look at all the people that traded up and how it paired out for them. I mean, look at Zach Wilson. Didn't they trade up for Zach Wilson? Didn't the Jets trade up for Zach Wilson?
No, I don't think they did.
You sure?
I think they just stayed pat, to be honest.
Oh, you got 2 dogs.
Yeah, Raider killers and all. Come on now.
I see.
We don't play that around here. This my girl right here. This my girl.
Yes, sir. That's what's up.
Yeah, she huge.
I can see. We got 2 little ones.
Oh yeah, hey, nah, we got the pit bull. So people be looking at us crazy. People be looking at us crazy. Yes, but at the end of the day, I think, for us, it's probably gonna cost a lot. But I told you I didn't want to do the 3 first rounds, but 2 first rounds would be cool. If we can manage it.
And that's what's wild to me because I was actually cool with the 3 first for a while. I'm still kind of cool with it because, again,
Motherfucker.
At this point, if you're getting what you're gonna get, you're not looking at them picks anyways.
That's true.
Where we at? We're way ahead.
That's
We're
true.
way ahead right now. So
Look,
we should be dominating with the picks we have had.
I wish this was this one goddamn. I wish this was the year we had them 3 first-round
I
picks.
know, right?
Like, damn.
Yes. We just wasted them, bro. It hurts my heart. It hurts my heart.
Complete waste. At this point now, it makes me want to trade them now. Just looking back at it, it's like, yeah, bro, just get rid of them. You know what I mean? Like,
Because it didn't go well. Yes.
because if
And
it
you're
works,
more
it
for
works. You know, like we
Right.
said, if it works, we're not thinking about it. Who cares? It is what it is, bro.
Look at what the Texans did. They balled out with what they did. They got C.J. Stroud and traded back up and got old boy from Alabama, the D lineman. Oh my God!
See, this is where it gets grimy for me,
Wow,
Space
bro.
Beast. This is where
What?
it gets grimy for me, Space. Because I say this, they
Three
gonna
for
want a second. They gonna
7.
want a second rounder. They're gonna want one.
Yeah, they are.
But my thing is like, hopefully they can maneuver the thing where it's like next year's second round, and not this year's. You know what I mean? Like if I can keep my second round this year, that's all I care about.
Right. Yeah,
That's
you
all I care
gotta get something out. This draft is major. I think this
Cowtown.
might be the
We
best-
have more holes than we have as many holes as New England.
No,
Come
we
on.
don't. No, we
Get
don't.
yourself together, bro.
Did he say that?
He said I'm all over the place because I said New England need to fill holes, but we don't have as many holes as New England, bro. They literally have nothing.
No. Yeah,
Like
New
it's a
England
bare
is
wasteland.
Swiss cheese. New England is Swiss cheese.
It's a bare wasteland, bro. Relax. If we literally sign a couple free agents in this next, we're a playoff
We
caliber
good.
team.
No.
Perennial playoff caliber team.
Right.
So we gotta get the free agents first. If we don't get the free agents, then I'll sit there and say, nah, and we probably shouldn't
Right.
trade up for a quarterback. You know what I mean? Like if we don't get what we should be getting in free agency, then it's like, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I man, like Eric said, I was so sick when they did that because it's like, yo, they got a front office. They know what they're doing now. You can see it. Like,
It was
if you can't tell what the Texans are doing, you are just blind. You really don't know football. Because I'm telling you, that was the best thing they could have ever done. They don't even care about anything that they lost from what they did. That's an afterthought. Both them boys is balling. Both of them.
nah, they don't. And see, that's the thing, right?
Ugh.
Like we keep saying, if your free agency goes well, then it doesn't matter. It is what it is at this point.
And that's
Get
the
your
key.
guy. Get your guy, because it's like, once again, I understand the infatuation of going with the veteran and stockpiling the team and all that, but we're gonna be in the same situation regardless. We're gonna be in the same position regardless a couple more years from now. We just kicking the same can down the road.
Right.
Literally. We kicking the same can down the road. It's like this team and this roster is good to make a playoff push, right? Coached properly, maybe last year this roster could have made a playoff push. Coached properly.
Right.
But with the pieces and the money we can add right now, it's like it can put us over that hump to get into the playoffs and actually make some noise. But now what separates us when we do finally get in the playoffs? What's going to separate us? Quarterback play.
Yes.
Well, it is.
100%.
It's just like, bro, like
100%.
quarterback play will separate you. So at this point, it's like, I want to take a swing, bro. Like, what? Ain't nothing wrong with taking a swing. Now, if the shit don't work, the shit don't work. There's no well. Everybody can say, run down. You fucked up. You didn't want it. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, this is what it is. But then if it works, everybody will look at me like, run down. You're a genius. Blah, blah, blah. So, bro, hey, it is what it is.
Right. It's a tough call, man. It's a tough call. Me, I'm still of the elk that defense wins championships. So that's the only reason I lean towards not. And in fact, I lean towards picking defense.
No, for sure.
But It's a new day, man. It's a new age. See, that's one thing old man Turf can be real with. I understand it's a different day. The stuff we are seeing is not normal. It's just not. It's not. You're seeing defensive linemen that are 300 pounds running 4.5s, 4.6s. This stuff is not normal. The game is changing before our eyes. So, I mean, for us to think that, your old conventional ways of doing things is going to work long term, I can't agree that, I think that's a reality. And do I want to waste the rest of my life, doing that? I don't know. Right? Because that's the thing. I mean, it took a while to build, but now between free agency, the things that people are doing, teaming up, the little buddy stuff going on behind, off season, you just don't know anymore.
See, this is my thing, right? And this is what I don't understand. When people keep saying draft, like even drafting a D tackle, saying to draft a D tackle right now, if the scenario posed, like I said, if they were to get Leonard Williams and somehow got another guy, why do you need to draft a D tackle? That's the next thing. Why would you need to do that? Because you don't need to do that now, because you're probably going to re-sign either, like we said, Bilal or Adam Butler, right? So one of them is getting re-signed. You bring in Leonard Williams. You still have Tyree Wilson. You still have Malcolm Kuntz on the other side, right? It's like at 13, you're going to draft a guy at 13 that's probably not going to be starting.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because if you get Leonard Williams or DJ Reader, the dude at 13 ain't starting over Leonard Williams or DJ Reader.
You got to go. Yeah, you got to go.
God forbid they let us get Justin Matabike. For sure, you're not getting like a guy at 13.
You got to get Fasano or one of those.
Yeah, bro. Like, it's not happening. You know what I mean? So it's like, at that point, cool. You move on. Tackle, I don't think, like I said, re-sign Jermaine Illuminor. I don't think we need to spend high draft capital on a tackle like that.
That's if we can get him now.
If you don't re-sign Illuminor, you sit there and say, okay, what's up with Thayer Mumford? Are we gonna rock with that? Or what's the deal? What's the deal there?
Chili in the building.
But you know what I mean? At the end of the day, if you get Cowtown, if you get Leonard Williams or DJ Reader, Murphy's not starting over there.
No. He gets some reps over there. He's getting some reps. But
he'll rotate in, but he won't start over them. Guaranteed.
Ain't gonna happen. Nah. And they're not losing reps over him either.
Hell no. Hell no. Nah, you talking about to do that, and you talking about let's just use Leonard Williams. He want to be here, and they gonna give him bread? Oh, nah, bro. Nah, he's gonna play. You feel what I'm saying? Like he gonna play. Now I'll give you this, right, Cal? I'll give you this. If we don't get a DT at all, in free agency, oh yeah, for sure. Sign me up, bro. Sign me up and get one in the draft and stop fucking around. Like we have to shore up that position. We have to.
Right.
But with all the names that we just saw, there's no way we don't get somebody on that list.
I agree.
No way.
Yeah. I agree. No, I agree. Yep. Yeah.
Wait, but see, you said, so then you just throwing away Wilson too? Cowtown? Like he's not gonna be anything at all. I think Tyree Wilson gonna continue to develop,
right? Especially
if we got Leonard Williams. Oh God, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I see better things coming out of Williams. Or
imagine him next to Leonard Williams learning.
That's crazy. It's crazy.
That's two physical freaks.
It's a problem. It's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's over with. It's over with now.
It is.
Like we said, forbid that the league let us get one of them high price free agents.
Right.
It's over with.
Mm-hmm.
Then you definitely don't need to, draft the DT at 13. You know what I mean? Like free agency will tell us everything.
Oh, makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
But I mean, I don't know why people don't think this man ain't gonna progress, bro. Hey, look, I can get laughed
Wilson?
at. I can get laughed at. Everybody can laugh
He's
at
not
me.
gonna progress like a first rounder should. He'll be decent.
Next year, sure.
No, he'll be decent, period. You should be more than decent at the 7th draft pick.
We'll see. We'll see, man.
No, I agree. I want him to be better. So trust me.
All I'm saying is, it's like, bro, just now it's a full off season. All right, it's a full off season,
Right.
and I don't think they're just gonna keep him in one spot. I think they're gonna keep rotating, because if we were to get Leonard Williams, that's what Leonard Williams is gonna do. Leonard Williams is gonna play DN and DT.
Right. No, I agree.
So
Whew.
I don't know. So look, I understand people have a whole thing about moving up to get this quarterback because it's scary, bro. Like, it's like
It's scary.
you trading away the future.
It is.
Hey, who cares?
It is.
If it works, bro, we all gonna be sitting here a year from now. we gonna be chilling.
Right. Yeah. Well, this is a segment of the Ultimate Raider Fan 32, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed. We went in depth. We had our guests rundown.
Appreciate you for having me on, man.
Appreciate you, man. And I hope y'all really appreciated that breakdown. I want y'all to understand we got some roots. We got some roots and toughness in the fabric of everything. Trust me. We got some serious roots in the fabric of everything in our building. And I know it for a fact. Facto over here. I know it. I don't need anybody to tell me. Nah, I've been around it, in it, through it. I know everything about Montana. I really do. And we got a lot of Montana boys and remnants, if you will, on our squad. So, yeah. Be prepared, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I can tell you. Be prepared. Tell them where you at, Rundown.
Man, y'all know what time it is, man.
Tell them where you at, bro.
New to the stream. You see it right there, Raider Rundown. Look me up on YouTube at the Raider Rundown. Dropped the 2-for-1 today, man. So 2 videos one day. So go ahead and check that out if you haven't went to check that out. Dropped my little reaction to Telesco's press conference. What I thought would happen over there. Also, what's today? Tuesday is about to be Wednesday. Catch me Thursday. Right, Turf and Rundown on Thursday. Also, tomorrow, Wednesday, I will be dropping another video, regardless of what's going on, man. Stay updated with the TRS. Keep your notifications on as the combine goes through, man. We're going to keep y'all updated on everything that goes down. Much appreciated.
Yes, sir. And with that, we out. See y'all Thursday. Peace. I mean, I don't see how we can't be happy about that.
Decomposing, you been bugging.
It should. So I immediately, set myself up, to expect a move. VIP section, you guys know how to do. So that's it.